Good evening. I am Scorpio Chronicles, and you're watching Kickstarter Connections. Good evening, everyone. I am Scorpio Chronicles. It is May the 11th, and you are watching another episode of Kickstarter Connections, where we like to introduce to you new independent creators, artists, the team that is behind it, and everything indie comics. Speaking of independent comics, if you can, please go to indiecomicdispatch.com and go ahead and check out our different type of reviews, our top 10, everything dealing with independent comics. We introduce to you new creators, new artists, anything of that matter. And when you get the opportunity, if you want to, please go ahead and give us some support on our Patreon, so we can actually continue to continue to do what we do. There's a Patreon down there at the bottom, and so we can help keep the lights on and keep going. I really enjoy doing this, and I want to keep doing this. So go ahead and give us that little bit of support. Now, without further ado, we do have the rapper, the comic book creator, the he doesn't know that I do this. He's the guy that I go to for my cryptocurrency information. Um, and also just all well around good person. I really enjoy talking to him. We have with us tonight Ilest Uminati. How are you, Ill?
Yo, what's good with you?
Nothing much. What's going on? How you doing tonight?
Good, man.
Good, good. I am glad I was able to get you on tonight. Like I was saying earlier, I wanted to get you on so bad for Dead End. Um, but of course our times collided a little bit when yours was ending. The opening that I had was the week after, so I was like, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make sure that I grab you for the next one. And I'm glad as soon as I saw that you was, before you even posted about it, before it even started off, I messaged you, was like, okay, can I pull you for this date? And you said yes, and here we are. So I am super, super, super excited about that right now. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get started into it. So you did do the new comic book, which is Sav versus Hitler, which I'm gonna ask you to explain that in about a little bit. But just before we get into that, kind of give us a little bit of background on how you became a comic book creator.
Pretty much, I just, for me, it started off collecting when I was younger. You know what I mean? Back in like the early '90s, Spawn and all that. That kind of really got me started into liking comic books. And then, I was starting to buy so many comic books, spending so much money on it. I was like, man, I need to just, if I'm spending this much on comic books, imagine how much these fools are making the comic books. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, shit. And I've always been a writer, from doing music and other stuff. You know what I mean? So, I just wanted to throw my hat in the ring and see what I could come up with, and kind of stuck,
Hey, I'm glad you actually did, because you are doing some very good stuff. I have yet to get a hold of Sav, the first one. I have to grab that one and I have to read it, because I wanted to read that one. I love the artwork, and I love the artistry behind it. Now, speaking of music, I know you have some music on, I believe is it on Spotify?
Yeah,
Maximum Carnage?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, all that. Yeah.
Make sure you all go ahead and download that. That is actually a very good song, and it's out around the perfect time. We got Carnage getting ready to come out in theater soon. They're already advertising about that, so that's actually awesome right there. So back to dealing with comics. Give me a little bit of detail behind, with the creative team of your comic that's out right now, and the people that are behind the scenes. Kind of give us a little bit about that.
So as far as the comic goes, like the one shots, I try to like reach out to artists that are kind of like from the region. Like with the first one shot, you know what I'm saying? It has to deal with Africa. So I hired an African artist to do the artwork on it.
Okay.
The next one shot that we're working on, I mean, obviously with this the one shot now that we're about to drop, or that is dropping right now on Kickstarter, the Sav vs. Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just went with my other homie to do the art, but
yeah,
we have a kind of like a, not anime, I wouldn't want to say anime, but like kind of like a you know, like a feudal Japan type story in the works right now. So I had an Asian artist work on that one, and you know, I'm trying to like just connect dots worldwide, you know, instead of just sheltering myself in one area.
Yeah, I've never thought about that. You know, if you dealing with something with Africa, getting an African artist.
I mean, you know,
it makes sense. Or either someone dealing with anime gets someone that's with anime.
I mean, if you know, they know it's really there and what it's about.
Yeah, they know they can.
There, so
yeah, and they probably can grasp what you're thinking of what you want the cover to be.
You know, I don't have to paint a picture for them if it's what they see every day.
Correct. Armando, thank you for joining us, sir. He gave you a rock star hand up there, right there.
Armando, what's up, player?
But I never thought about doing that. So that's something to kind of think about in the future, you know, for other plans for like a comic book or something like that.
Well, you gotta just think, you know, if it blows up, you know what I'm saying? Like you already got, you know, little footholds in different areas of the world, you know?
Correct. Never thought about that. You gave me something to think about and gave others something to think about also. So with that being said, kind of explain the history of your comic behind it. I want to know the history behind the Sav versus Hitler, and how long did it take you to create the comic?
So I'm a huge history buff, you know what I mean? And like through like with COVID and stuff, you know, what else did I do besides watch a bunch of documentaries and you know, movies and stuff. So then, you know, I don't even really know what made me come up with the crazy idea of fucking the Sav versus Hitler, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just thinking like what's the most evil person that has ever existed, you know what I'm saying? Like the most evil person. Hitler was the first person to come to my mind, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I kind of wanted to do like a Godzilla versus King Kong type thing.
Oh, okay.
And just make it crazy, you know. There's no, you know, like it's just an alternate world, you know what I mean? An alternate timeline type of ordeal, you know.
Yeah. Not a problem. Now how long did it take you to kind of come up with that idea and get the whole thing behind it, and you know, how long did it take you to just to bring that comic together? Because I know it takes time with all the writing and the art and all of that. But how long?
Usually takes us like me and you know, my different teammates, usually about maybe 6 months at the most to make a comic. You know, and that's from, you know, the beginning of me writing it to the art to the lettering to launching the Kickstarter, you know.
Okay. That don't seem too long. So
I mean, you got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you do.
If you don't keep it moving, you're just gonna get stuck and just get stucker and stucker. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna stop stagnant right where you are.
So keep moving.
Yeah. So I mean, plus when it's something good and the people want part two, you got to be on it with part two right away, or else you're gonna lose them. So you got to stay on top of that. So those of you who are out there writing comics or thinking of writing comics, right here, you have to stay consistent.
And when I'm writing and dropping stuff, I'm thinking, you know, I don't just think as like a writer. I'm thinking as a consumer because I buy a bunch of shit too. You know what I'm saying? I support too. So I'm thinking like, you know what I mean? Like if I'm reading one issue, you know, I don't want to wait 2 years to read the next one. You know? I want to get it, you know, and have it and see what cool covers there's going to be. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
So I, you know, I'm thinking of like a consumer, not just as a writer and artist. You know.
That's true. Also, I do think of that way. Also, and I'm like,
you know, I'm always thinking like, what would I want to buy? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, there's other dudes and girls that like the same shit that I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, what would I buy? What do I like? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What is something that I see on the shelves that make me want to go ooh and just gravitate to it? So that's the type of stuff. We think the same way.
You know, I'm like, really, you know what I'm saying? Your first impression is everything. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And so if you come weak and with some whack shit, you know, people are gonna just know you if they first your first impression is okay, that was whack as shit. I don't care about anything else they're about to do. You know what I'm saying?
That
Unless
is
you do something big superstar shit, then they'll jump back on the bandwagon. But most of the time, if you drop something poopy, people are gonna be like, nah, out of here. You know what I mean? Even that's with everything though, music, any type of art, you know?
Correct. Unless you have Keanu Reeves just pop up in your book somewhere and just co-write with you, then okay. But otherwise,
like you don't even probably need to do comic books. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all with that.
Yeah.
So the Kickstarter has already launched, and we have about how many more days for it?
I think 25 more days. 24.
So everyone that's watching, we got enough time to go ahead and still support. There's time to go ahead and support this Kickstarter. And speaking of Kickstarter, we're gonna kind of go into what are the goals and rewards. And for everyone, I am gonna go ahead and pull up that. So go ahead and start speaking on that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that up so we can all just kind of take a look together. And we can kind of look at the goals and the product. There we go.
Yes. So yeah. You know, with the rewards and stuff, the tiers, I try not to get too crazy. You know, you see some Kickstarters where there's like 150 tiers, and it's like, bro, that is too confusing. You know what I mean?
It is.
So I try to keep it pretty. You know, not too bare bone, but you know, I try to keep it simple enough where people don't get lost in the sauce, you know?
Correct.
Well, that's one thing I like when looking at Kickstarters, and it just goes on and on. And I'm just like, oh man, I feel like, you know what I mean? I don't even have time to read the comic book now. I read the whole damn Kickstarter page. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I always wondered that why some people have like so many different types, like so many rewards.
I mean, like some people, like Brian Pulido, like obviously, you know, he got the fan base that will buy. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I can see that. You know, but I'm not here making, you know, $500,000 Kickstarters right now. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You know, if that were the case and people were you know, just buying, then I can see, you know, having multiple tiers. But you know, I try to keep it easy and right to the point. You know.
Yeah, which I noticed that when I looked at the Kickstarter prior to, and I was like, okay, this is very okay. I like this Kickstarter because it's very simple, and I love the homage pages that you did on here. Especially this is my favorite one right here, the Amazing Savage Man, that's the first. Which if everyone don't recognize that cover by now, you already know what's coming out. That is like the first appearance of Carnage. That is the Amazing Spider-Man. I can't remember the book number. 361. But that I thought that was neat, and I also love the old fashioned look right here. That's I love that look, and you did a little indigenous bastards type of thing right here, which I thought that was neat because that movie went along with Hitler. Amazing. So, and then we have, of course, some of the cover artists that you were talking about here also. Now, when it comes to your goals,
shout out to Carlos Villa and Albert De La Cruz. You know what I'm saying? They've been rocking with me for a couple of years now. You know, and Demas Wijaya. You know, he did all the interior art on this one, so big shout out to him.
Oh, awesome.
And he's also doing the interior art for the other one I was talking about, the feudal Japan one.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Which that is very, very, very good artwork. I love the realism look, especially on this one. So that
one was done by my buddy Rafael Flores. He does all like the main story interior art for the Sav.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like
that is awesome. Oh. Now, when it comes to the goals and rewards, what other type of they can see the rewards and the goals here, but what other type of goals are we getting another 10 card again?
Oh yeah. We're gonna, you know, like, you know, the fans have spoken and they love the cards, so we're gonna
I did
some cards. we're gonna do some pretty cool looking retro cards this time. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up a little bit, so they're looking really dope. I'm gonna do some dog tags, a patch, like a military style patch.
Oh, that's neat.
You know what I mean? And secret covers. The secret covers are freaking bananas on for this issue. You know what I'm saying? We're going all in theme. You know what I'm saying? So that's not, you know, everything's gonna be in theme, like old school, golden age type of stuff.
Yeah. I love that look. I love the older comics look for some reason. The ones that were like 25 cent and 50 cent and things like that. I love those looks. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the modern comics today. They're nice, but it's nothing like that old fashioned look. I like where some people are actually bringing that look back on some of their comics. So I really enjoy seeing that on comic books. So everyone, this is the Kickstarter right here. If you are watching, you can see the different goals and different things that you can pledge on. Like he stated, he kept it pretty simple, so it's not too crazy. If you're looking for something, but so go ahead. He got 25 more days. We can go ahead and back Ill on his Kickstarter and get that, you know, get him back so he can move on to the next one.
Yeah,
because he's not gonna stop, y'all. He's gonna move on to the next one until the whole thing is completed, or until he gets to the point where he may not have to use Kickstarter anymore. He could just go ahead and just keep creating awesome work like he's been doing for us. So with that, all that being said, with the Kickstarter, the campaigns, and all of that, after this particular Kickstarter, kind of what is actually next for you after this Kickstarter?
After the Kickstarter, hopefully some cons open up so I can hit some conventions. I have like seriously, I have 3 other comic books already complete, ready to drop. So
that's neat.
You know, I have those in the back burner. So I'll probably, you know, let the supporters, you know, let their pockets rest a little bit before I drop something else. You know, I'll probably drop the next one maybe September or October. And yeah, until then, I'm just gonna keep. You know, I got some covers we're gonna be dropping. You know, like for some exclusives for Encase Comics. We're doing a Boom Studios book, and then also an Image Comics title. So that'll be pretty dope.
Yeah, shout out to John with Encase Comics. That is my brother from another mother. I appreciate, and he's doing the thing over there with his stuff too. So
yeah, big shout out to John, man. He, you know, it's a blessing when you know, it just takes one person to have enough faith in you to get you to the next level, and you know, he definitely put his neck out there, and you know, it paid off. You know what I mean?
And he does, and he actually when I was announcing, I was so excited that I told him, I said, I got Illest on Kickstarter. He was like, oh yes. I said, yes, I have to have him. I've been following your work since I came back last year. So I was like, okay, I really enjoyed what I saw. And plus with you doing music and everything, that is awesome too. So I really love that type of stuff. So with that being said, now that we know what's going on after the Kickstarter, one question for you. What, if there were any, what obstacles did you have, or if you had any, while creating the comic or creating this campaign that you've experienced that you can now use that experience and give advice on to someone that was in need of that?
For this campaign?
Any campaign, don't matter.
For this campaign, now, you know what I'm saying, I'm so used to like really, you know, like getting the ball rolling, and you know, I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
So you know, there's not really like any holdup, but like in the beginning, really the only holdup was just getting it done, really taking the time to do it. You know what I mean? Getting the time to do it, because at that time, you know, it was, you know, I was touring heavy. Like it was before my other 2 kids were born, so I was out on the road twice a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, I didn't have, you know, time to really do it. I mean, I dropped the Sav, the first issue, and then I didn't do another one for another 2 or 3 years. So
oh wow.
Yeah, so you know, after I had my kids, you know, I wanted to be here more and watch them instead of having to pay someone else to watch them. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You know, I can work from home doing graphics and stuff. So so I decided to take that, you know, sit back for a little bit, raise my kids. You know what I'm saying? And that let me, you know, put more work into the comic book stuff, and you know, it let me be here now, you know.
Live in the now.
That's my only thing I got. You know, I tell people is just, you know, if you're thinking about it, quit thinking about it and just start doing it. You know what I mean?
Also, you know, there's one thing that a lot of people always say, you know, write the vision, make it plain.
You
know, just go ahead and, you know,
just do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't think, if you're already thinking about it, you're already doing it. You know, you're just not putting it down there, you know?
Just go ahead and start. Is the thing, you know, people, I forgot who said it. They were like, they don't chase dreams. You know, they actually go ahead and do what they're dreaming about. You're going to continue to chase your dream. So just go ahead and get started. That's the whole thing with it. Just go ahead and get started. So now with the Kickstarter and everything going on, do you ever get time to just like breathe and take a vacation and breathe, or is it that's something you have to set time
I'm
for?
actually about to take a vacation this next coming week, so you know, that's, you know, we definitely try to take vacations. You know what I'm saying? Because my wife, she's a grinder. She be working her ass off too. So you know what I mean? Like, you know, we need it, you know, every once in a while, or else we'd be wrecks.
That's true.
Just grinding ass wrecks. You know what I'm saying? So
very true. Very true.
You gotta take breaks every once in a while. You have to clear your mind and just like put everything away and just relax for a little bit, reset. You know?
I have to make sure that one of my good peers, well, not my peers, my brother, Tier from Sovereign Commons, he always tell me, he was like, did you take an hour? I'm like, what do you mean? He said, did you take an hour each day? I'm like, take an hour for what? He said, at least take an hour and just get away from everything each day. He said, yeah, I don't care if it's spending with family, sitting on the couch, just relaxing. He said, just take an hour for yourself. And I had to teach myself to do that because I wasn't.
Good knowledge right there.
Yeah, he said, at least take 1 hour for yourself a day. Once you take that hour, then get back on it. You know, so, and I caught myself just going and going and going and going. Next thing you know, I'm worn out, tired. So I learned to take at least an hour. I will at least sit on the couch. I will watch my favorite show. Me and my mom will sit there, talk or something. And then after that hour's done, I get to what I need to do. And then, you know, that where you're not missing any family time or anything like that, or personal time. So that's very important right there. So with that being said, looks like we have went through everything. Make sure you all are going to supporting, not going to, you are supporting this Kickstarter, Sav versus Hitler. Very awesome covers, very awesome stretch goals and rewards that are going on, as you can see. The link is in the comment section, so you can go ahead and go to that link and go ahead and support. He does have music on all platforms. Just type in Ilest Uminati, the way his name is spelled there on the screen. There's one song that he has out that I have listened to multiple times already, Maximum Carnage, because I am a big Venom and Carnage fan. So that's one of his songs that are out that has been out for a while, but it's the perfect time for it to be
finally catching some traction now, though.
Yeah, because the whole Carnage and everything, it just took time to do that. So just before we end, sir, can you go ahead and give everyone all of your information, your how would they contact you, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that.
Illest Uminati everywhere. You know, just Google Illest Uminati, everything will pop up. Instagram, my website, everything, Twitter, everything is just Illest Uminati. My website, IllestUminati.com. You know, if you're trying to get some of the older Sav comics or any of the variants, it's all there. Music's there, music videos.
And also, don't forget, he does. I don't know if you're still doing them now. You do claim sales, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, go ahead and give us those nights and times so people can join
Instagram, usually every Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay.
And you know, I'm always bringing heat out too. You know what I mean? Like,
Always.
yeah,
And I get upset because I always miss it when you're doing it. And I'm just like, you had so many books that I want. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna join it. The next thing I know, I'm like, oh dang it, it's gone.
yeah, yeah. No,
So
yeah. I just try to bring out as much heat as I can.
you do. And he does bring some good books. I mean, some top-notch books. Some books that a lot of people can't find now. I be trying my best to scope through your comics and stuff and try to find who is his connects, but of course I can't find them. Smart guy. So also about that. All right, so without further ado, this is Ilest Uminati. We thank you for joining us on tonight on
Yeah,
Kickstarter Connections.
thank you
His
for having me, man.
not a problem at all. His link to his Kickstarter is in the comments. And if you need to, you can always rewatch this on YouTube. My link is in my bio. If you follow me on Instagram, that is my Instagram name down here below on the screen. And like I always say, before we end tonight, stay positive. That's negative.